Listen to a song 5 times and you'll love it. But why does repeated exposure override your initial disgust? In a moment you'll see the brain trick behind this shift. When you first hear a tune, you judge it in seconds. Your ears pick a few notes. Your mind tags them as pleasant or not. If the tag is negative, the brain sends a small spike of stress hormone. That spike makes you remember the bad feeling. Now imagine hearing the same tune again a few minutes later. Each repeat adds a tiny pulse of familiarity. Your brain treats familiarity like a reward, releasing dopamine. Even a song you hated starts to feel safe after 3 plays. As you listen, you might start to notice the melody, the rhythm, the way the instruments blend together. You might even find yourself tapping your foot or humming along. Researchers at the University of Chicago measured this in 2019. They played a neutral clip to 200 volunteers. After one listen, only 20% said they liked it. After 4 repeats, that rose to 58%. That jump is the core of the mere exposure effect. The effect works not just for music but for faces, logos, even smells. A 1,974 study by psychologist Robert Zajonc showed strangers become more attractive after 15 seconds of exposure. He used a screen of 50 faces, each shown for 2 seconds. When participants later rated the faces, the ones they had seen briefly were rated higher. The brain loves patterns it can predict. Predictability reduces uncertainty, which the nervous system finds costly. When uncertainty drops, the amygdala calms down and the reward centers fire. That is why a simple jingle can stick in a store aisle. Marketers exploit this by looping a brand name every few seconds in an ad. The trick works in habit building too. If you want to start a new exercise, play the same playlist each session. The music becomes a cue that signals the brain to start moving. After a week, the cue alone can spark motivation without thinking. You might find yourself looking forward to your daily workout, feeling a sense of excitement and anticipation. But the effect has limits. If the stimulus is too harsh, the brain may never cross the comfort line. A study in 2012 found that extremely loud noise stayed disliked, even after 10 repeats. The key is a subtle threshold where the brain switches from alert to reward. Timing matters as well. Spacing repeats by about 24 hours maximizes dopamine spikes. Too fast, and the brain sees the repeats as the same event, reducing impact. Too slow, and the memory fades. A practical hack: pick a habit you want to grow, attach a short audio cue, and replay it 3 times a day for a week. You will notice the habit feels easier, not because the task changed, but because the cue became familiar. Another hack for marketers: roll out a new product name in 3 short ads over 2 weeks, rather than 1 long splash. The audience hears the name just enough to become comfortable, but not enough to tire. Now you might wonder, does this work on negative ideas? The answer is yes, if you pair the idea with a neutral or positive context. When a political slogan appears with a friendly face, the brain starts to like the words. That is why propaganda often repeats a simple phrase with smiling images. The takeaway is simple. Repetition reshapes preference by feeding the brain's reward loop. Social media feeds use this principle every scroll. A platform shows you the same meme dozens of times, each appearance nudging you to like it. The more you see the image, the more your brain treats it as safe, and the more likely you are to share it. That is why viral challenges spread so fast. Each repost reinforces the same pattern across thousands of eyes. If you want to break the loop, insert a contrasting element after a few repeats. A sudden change resets the brain's prediction and can stop the automatic liking. In friendships, hearing a partner's voice repeatedly can soften early irritation. The brain learns the tone, and the dopamine surge makes the bond feel warm. That is why long-distance couples set daily call schedules. The routine builds familiarity and reduces anxiety. You might find yourself feeling more connected, more at ease as the days go by. If you catch yourself disliking something, give it a few more chances. Your brain may just need a little more familiarity to turn the switch. Remember, the brain loves what it knows. Use that love wisely, and you can steer habits, choices, and even moods. As you reflect on your own experiences, you might notice patterns and preferences that you hadn't realized before. You might see how repetition has shaped your tastes, your interests, and your relationships. And with that awareness, you can start to make conscious choices about what you want to repeat, what you want to reinforce. Give a disliked song 5 more listens before judging and notice the shift.